All right, so I'm going to record this. Okay, so basically what we did was we established that we're going to be drawing one of the master bedrooms from the book, and I'll show you that picture in just a minute. We established that with our graph paper, that one grid equals 6 inches. We established that with the drawing that we're doing, that we need 21 feet 6 inches of wall space. And we said that 21 foot 6 inches, if we're doing one grid equals 6 inches, that means 21 foot 6 inches equals 43 grid marks. So what we did was we drew a line equal to 43 grid marks, which equates to 21 feet 6 inches. And we're just using one grid is every 6 inches. So 6 inches 1 foot, 6 inches 2 foot, 6 inches 3 foot, all the way up to 21 feet 6 inches. Okay, and then we also said that going down this way was 14 feet, and someone already said that 14 feet equates to 28 grid. So from here, we're going to go down 28 grid marks. So and we will draw that in. And again, just draw nice, light, clean lines. You don't want them fat and fuzzy. You want our lines to be nice and clean lines. So this wall is either 28 grid marks or 14 feet. And not the last thing, but the next thing that we said was this bottom wall was 13 feet long. How many grid marks is 13 feet? How many grid marks is 13 feet?
26.
Very good. 26 grid. Let's count those out. So from the bottom down here, we're going 26 grid marks. Good at that? All right, let's go back to the bathroom side over here. We have 12 feet for this one. 12 feet is equivalent to how many grid marks?
24.
Thank you. 24 grid. So from this side up here, I'm cutting down 24 grid marks. And we'll draw that in. And now I'm left with this corner. After I get, let me write that in before I forget. This is 12 feet or 24 grid. And to draw this bottom corner that pushes in like this, I already know this point and I know this point. So all I have to do is draw a line up and over to match these two, and that will be fine. So I don't have to do any kind of measuring for this. I just kind of take this point, come across, this point, come up, and wherever they meet, that's my inner corner. So then I'm going to draw that in. So I'm going to go back to show you the actual drawing now. Well, here, I'll give you a few more seconds to draw that inner corner. I want to, wonder if I can. Yeah, I can't get to it. All right, I'm going to stop share real quick. And I'm going to pull up. Figure out how to do this. This up and then share again. Okay, so let's open this up. There we go. Can you guys see the book drawing of the bedroom now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the exterior of this all done, right? We have a line going all the way around for the exterior of this. So when we put in the interior now, when we put in the interior wall, the only difference is going to be there's going to be a little protrusion right here. So let's take a look at this and kind of determine if the thickness of the wall here, if this thickness is 6 inches, how many inches does this stick up? What would you estimate? Is it more, does this stick up more than 6 inches?
No. Wait.
Would you say that? I think it actually is. I think it's actually a little bit
Yeah.
more. But I
Mhm.
wouldn't say that it's 2. I wouldn't say that it's a full foot. I bet it's like
Yeah.
6 inches plus a half another grid. So it's like 1.5 grid marks, I bet. So let's take this little notch. So when we come around on the inside, when we get to this corner, let's go up a grid and a half over a grid and then back down. Okay, so what I mean by that is, again, let me go back to my share, go back to this one. Okay. Yeah, how do I get back to my, I can't figure out how to get back to my, maybe I just minimize this. Now, can you see the drawing again? I can never tell what it is that you see. Okay, good. So let's go. So when we draw the inside, we're just going to go 1 grid mark in, and we're going to draw all the way around. 1 grid mark in all the way around until we get to here, and then we're going to go up a grid and a half over and back down. So here I'll do that one first. I'm coming right there. I'm going to go up. Is everyone able to follow along with this? Is there anyone that's lost and want me to get you caught up? All right, I'm hoping that silence is a good thing here. All right, from here, we are going to put in this closet area. And we need to take a look at the drawing for that. Let me go to, come on. This recorder thing is driving me crazy. Come on. Get back to the drawing. Okay, there we go. So we're going to draw the closet next. Notice that the edge of this lines up perfectly with the edge of this wall. We're going to start this here. We just have to know our spacing here. And then we need to know the length of this. So we're going to say that this right here, the distance from here to here is 2 foot 6 inches. Okay, 2 foot 6 inches. And then from here, we know from here to here to here to here is 3 feet. We've already calculated that out. That's 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. So from here to the back edge has got to, excuse me, from here to the back edge has got to be 3 foot 6 inches. So from here, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go from here up 2 foot 6 and then draw a line 3 foot 6 and then all the way up to the top. That should leave us 5 feet. So we need to double check and make sure we have 5 feet here or 10 grid marks here. And it looks like, yeah, this will be 10 grid marks. And then this is going to be, okay, so 2.5 grid marks. How many, 2.5 feet, sorry. How many grid marks is 2 foot 6 inches? How many grid marks? 2 foot 6 inches. How many grid marks are we talking about for this opening right here?
Is it 5?
It is 5. 2 foot 6 inches would be 5 grid marks because 2 feet would be 4 grid marks, right? Plus the extra one for the 6 inches is 5. So we got 5 grid marks here. And then we got 3 foot 6 inches here. So how many would 3 foot 6 inches be? How many grid marks is 3 foot 6 inches?
7.
Okay, good. So we're going to go up 5 and then 7. Good. So let's, sorry, I got to change over to the camera again. All right, so hopefully you can see my camera. We said we're going to go from here, we're going to go up 5 grid marks and then over 7 to draw our closet wall. Let me count this. So I'm actually at a half grid mark right here. So I'm going to, instead of counting on the grid marks, I'm going to go right in the middle of the grid marks. So 1, 2, 4, 5 grid marks, and then over 7. Now that should leave us, we said it should leave us 10 grid marks left over. So we need to count that because that's the size of the bathroom is actually more important than the size of the closet. So let's make sure we have 10 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you have 10, fantastic. If you don't have 10, then you need to make sure you still have 10 because that's the bathtub size is 10. So we need that. Okay, so I'm going to draw this in. And then I'm going to go 1 grid mark. Complete. And we can draw the dotted line and the solid line. We go 2 grid marks for the dotted line. And 2 more grid marks for the solid line. All right, let's take a 10-minute break. I'm going to start back up at 5:15. It's 5:06 right now, so I'm going to give you a 9-minute break, and we will start back up at 5:15. All right. Get a snack, use the restroom. I'll be back in a couple minutes. 15 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes. All right, is everyone back?
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to finish this thing off. I guess I should have stopped recording, huh? Okay. So the bathtub, that's going to go up here. The bathtub is 5 feet long. And that's what we have between walls, so we're perfect there. And it's 2.5 feet wide. We already stated that 2.5 feet is the equivalent of 5 grid marks. So we're going to come down 5 grid marks, and we're going to draw in the bathtub. So let me come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to draw the bottom of the tub. And then we're going to go half a grid mark in all the way around, and we're going to draw the inner rim of the bathtub as well. Remember, on one side is the rounded area, the other side is a more square area. So let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, that looks terrible. Try that again. Good enough. Okay. So the bathtub should look like that. I'll give you a little bit to work on that. So next comes the toilet. The toilet's going to go right here. Does anyone remember in our notes how many inches of spacing we need side to side for the width spacing for putting in a toilet? Anyone remember the spacing? We had 24 inches in front of the bowl, right? So you needed 24 inches in front of the bowl to anything, to the next nearest thing in front of the toilet. But what about side to side? How many inches of spacing do we need side to side on a toilet? You don't remember me talking about Big Aunt Bertha? Making sure we have plenty of spacing when we mount a toilet in the construction of aspect of the bathroom so that Big Aunt Bertha doesn't get stuck on our toilet. We need 30 inches side to side. That would be from the center of the tank, 15 inches either direction. We're going to give it a little bit more space here. So we're going to go 36 inches, which is 3 feet from the edge of the tub over to the edge of the base cabinet. So 3 feet, that would be equal to 6 grid marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the base cabinets in a bathroom are 21 inches. So 21 inches, that would be 24 inches would be 4. So it's 3.5 grid marks. 1, 2, 3.5. So what I did was from the bathtub, let me tell you what I did. From the bathtub, I went over 6 grid marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then drew in the base cabinet. The base cabinet is 3.5 grid marks deep. 1, 2, 3.5. And just took it all the way across. Actually, let me get my textbook real quick. All right, I found the picture in the book of, I can just get this thing around so you can see it. Okay, so we put in 3 feet of spacing for the toilet, and the size of the toilet we have to come up with now. So we have to figure out the size of the toilet so that we can put in the toilet here. And then we're going to draw in a door. And then we'll put in the window and we'll put in the furniture. So let's figure out the size of a toilet. Let me, the textbook has sizes here. Just let me find the page that it's on. Okay, it's right here. Let me zoom in on this so you can see it. Okay, so it says that a standard size toilet, and I don't know if you knew this, but a technical term for a toilet is called a water closet. I don't know why it's called a water closet. That's the name of a toilet. So we're going to go with this one right here. 21 inches wide. So that's how far it is from side to side. That's 3.5 grid marks. And we're going to round this up to 27 inches. So 27 inches would be 4.5 grid marks this way. So 3.5 grid marks wide, 4.5 grid marks tall, like that. Not tall, but long. 3.5 and 4.5. So the way that that's going to look on our graph paper is in the spacing that we have here. Find the middle. So 1, 2, 3. So here's the middle. And the back of the tank is not going to be right against the wall. There's a little bit of spacing between the wall and the back of the tank. Does anyone know why the back tank of the toilet doesn't go right up against the wall? Why there's a space there?
The pipes
Anyone?
for the plumbing.
Okay, so the pipes are actually they're actually in the wall, right? And the drainage is down in the floor. There's another reason why, and there is the water supply line does have a what's it called? Not a faucet. It does have a an on-off gauge. Why can't I think of what the thing is called? My goodness, I'm getting old. Anyways, the water supply line does come in for the toilet, right? Comes right underneath it on the wall. But that's not why there's a little gap between the wall and the back of the toilet. There's a space there. Can anyone else think of, or anyone think of a reason why we don't put the toilet right up against the wall? You think of a reason? Well, the back tank has a lid on the back tank, right? The lid of that has to go over top of the tank itself. So if the tank was right up against the wall, then the lid wouldn't be able to fit on the top of the tank. And so they pull the tank back away from the wall in order to get the lid to be able to fit on that back tank. Okay. So we said 3.5 side to side and 4.5 forward. Well, if this is my middle, I need to go half of 3.5 this way and half of 3.5 this way. So let me go 3. I know what half of 3 is. Half of 3 is 1.5. So there's 1.5. Plus I have to go another half, right? Because it's 3.5. So so I'm going to go a quarter grid now. So I'm going to go almost to 2. I'm going to go the same way this way. 1.5, 1.5 plus another quarter. I don't know if you, let me see if you can see this. Let me zoom way in. So from the middle, I went 1.5 plus a quarter. And then this way too, 1.5 plus a quarter. So I'm almost at 4 grid marks. But I'm just shy here and I'm just shy there. And from here, I'm going to go 4.5 forward. So from here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I'm going to go to about here and straight forward 4.5 to about there. So here's this rectangle that I'm going to take up with my toilet. And I'm going to very, very lightly just kind of sketch in where the edges of this toilet are going to go. And this is going to be the back of the tank right here. Oops, went too far. In fact, I might as well just draw in the back tank. Trying to think of how big the back tank is. I'm not really sure. I'd guess about, oh, maybe 6 inches wide. Maybe like 1 grid mark thick. And the rest of this we need to turn into a bowl. So some type of a rounded bowl for our toilet. And I know that the can't go any more than here. So I'm going to start it right here and go out. Just do the best that you can at drawing a rounded front for the toilet. And leave a little gap between the tank and the wall. For the sink, it says that the sink is an 18-inch diameter. Well, I only made the size of the cabinet. I only made it 21. There's only about 3 inches of gap between. I'm just going to come over and put in the best circle I can make here. So the bathroom's pretty much done. We just have to put the door in. And the door is going to be for the bedroom. It's going to open. First, I'm going to put down the size of the door. It's going to be equal to 2.5 feet. So that's 5 grid marks. The back end of the door is located even with the edge of the closet here. And it should be 5 grid marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can put in that there. Oops. But here are my lines for my door. Now, does the door swing into the room or out into the hallway? What direction is the door going to swing for a bedroom? Into the room or into the hallway?
Into the room.
Okay, very good. Now, do you think that the door should swing this way, opening up so that you can walk straight into the bedroom? Or should it open this way so that when you walk into the bathroom? What do you think the best direction for the door opening should be?
Into the
Sorry, say it again. I interrupted you.
into the bathroom.
So let's say it opened into the bathroom like this, right? If you, by accident, someone was walking into the master bedroom and didn't realize there was someone in the bathroom, what would be the first thing that they would see as they looked in? They would see someone on the toilet, right? But what would happen if we opened it this way? Then if someone was in the bathroom, they could immediately say, whoa, I'm in here. And the only thing you would have saw would have been something in the bedroom like this. So it's always best to make the door that enters into a bedroom or a bathroom, especially into a bathroom, have the door swing so that it doesn't open straight up so that it gives you access to seeing the toilet and the shower. All right, so that gives someone a time to say, I'm in here, and don't come any farther. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our hinge of our door here at this corner, and we're going to swing the door pattern this direction. Now, the door itself has to be 5 grid marks long because that's how many grid marks we made this. Now, if I go at an angle, 5 grid marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that puts my door way up here. That's way too long. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my little straight edge, whatever straight edge I'm using, and I'm going to make a couple of little marks on it. I'm going to make the size of my doorway. I'm just going to put a little mark right here and a little mark right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I have marks on my straight edge equal to the distance of the door. And now I'm just going to put it up at any angle like this, put the mark right on my hinge, and I'm going to draw my length of my door according to the doorway measurement that I put here. So now this door is the same size as the door opening. And now I'm just going to very carefully try to draw a swing pattern, right, like an arc showing the direction that the door swings when it opens and shuts. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So the last thing I want to do with you is I want to zoom out. I want to put in a window over here. And basically for the window, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go line across, and then line down the middle. And that represents a window. Line down the middle would be the glass, and then the edges would be the edge of the window. So I'm going to give you some sizes. I'm going to give you, I'm going to create the assignment in the Google Classroom. I'm going to put in some pictures of the bedroom bathroom itself, of which we've drawn everything except for the furniture. Okay. I'm also going to put a page that shows the sizes of bedroom furniture, and you're going to draw in the sizes of the bedroom furniture according to the sizes that it gives in the book. So I'm going to show you that page right here, and then I'm going to post it in the assignment as well. So as you see, just a second. Okay, so as you see, there's a queen size bed. There are a couple of nightstands. There's we'll call it a recliner chair, 2 dressers, and a plant in the corner. We've drawn everything else. So all you're responsible for are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 items inside the bedroom. And there is a page. Let me turn to that page to show you sizes. And I'm going to post this page in the assignment so that you can see that. So this is a page that shows all the different sizes of furniture that you'd find in a bedroom. So we're going to use a queen size bed. We're going to use the biggest queen size bed, which is 84 by 60. And I'll come back to this in a second. For the recliner chair, we're going to use a recliner chair that is 30 by 30. So 30 inches wide, 30 inches long. For the dresser, you're going to use 2 double dressers. We'll say that they're 48 inches long, 16 inches wide. We don't care about the height because we can't tell the height from the floor plan. We're going to use, instead of using these nightstands that are all rectangular, we're going to use a 12 by 12 telephone table for the stands that are next to the bed. So we'll go a 12 by 12 telephone table. I think that's it. So 2 dressers, 48 by 18, a recliner, 30 by 30, a queen size bed, 84 by 60, and 2 telephone tables that are 12 by 12. Now, let me show you how to convert inches into grid marks. So this queen size bed says it's 60 grid marks, 60 inches wide and 84 long. What you do is you take this, remember we have 6 inches per grid mark. So you just take these numbers and divide them by 6. So what is 60 divided by 6?
10.
10. So the bed itself is going to be 10 grid marks long. There's 10 grid marks wide. And 84 divided by 6, let's see, 84. 6 goes into 8 once, 2 remaining, 24. 6 goes into 24 4 times.
It's 14, yeah.
Okay, so 14. So the length of the bed is going to be 14. So 14 by 10 is the size of the bed. Size of the telephone table, 12 inches by 12 inches, which would be 2 grid by 2 grid. Size of the double dresser, 48 by 18. That would be what? 6 into 48. How many times? 6 times what is 48? believe that would be 8. So it'd be 8 by 3 grid marks. So 3 inches, 3 grid marks wide, 8 grid marks long. And then the recliner is 30 by 30. So that would be 5 by 5. And I should show you how to draw that recliner also. So what I would do is, remember when we drew the door and it was 30 inches wide. It was 5 grid marks. That's 30 inches. So we already marked on our grid, on our straight edge, where that 30 inches is. When we draw your recliner, it also is 30 inches. So what I would suggest doing is taking the size of the recliner here on your straight edge, and after you're done drawing in the dressers, and after you're done drawing in the bed, in this corner right here, in between the dressers and the bed, you can draw in, using the size that you have here, you can draw in let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'll go up a little bit. Draw in a rectangle equal to 30 by 30. And then you can draw in the, you can round over the corners to make it look more like a chair. Round over the corners. Give it a it'll make it look like a chair. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to post all these pictures in the assignment, and you're going to be responsible for finishing off the furniture. Okay, that will be your assignment for tonight. Let me stop sharing real quick, and let me take attendance, and then I will let you go. So we got Leah, Lena, David, Hugo, Lisa, Jacqueline, Jose, and Olson. Okay, so I will post this up here in the next 5 minutes. I'll post it up, and I'll try to finish up the drawing as well so you have an example of what, but I'm going to put the sizes, I'll put all the sizes and the picture right now in the assignment sheet in Google Classroom. Okay, so that's all I've got for you for this evening. Any questions before I let you go? And Aaliyah, I will, Aaliyah, can you, maybe I'll put it in the, man, where can I put it? Can I, Can I email it to you? If so, just Aaliyah, put your email address in the chat real quick. Okay, the rest of you are good to go. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow, same time.
All right, take it easy, Mr. Nelson.
Okay, Dave, take care.
Sure.
So JAIMESAALIYAH 955 at Yahoo. Okay. All right,
Yes.
I will send those to you.
Okay,
And it's
thank
just
you.
I don't remember which ones. Will you be able to read a PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Jose, you okay? You need anything?
I'm good.
Okay. So I'm going to post this up in your assignment real quick. All right, good night.